time. And I believe I can call him a friend, especially now that he's blowing up again on Twitter and social media. No one has really entertained the masses, other than this show, of course, more than this man sitting at home. He's not self-isolation because he's got his family there. His daughter's doing bits with him. And he today cranked out one of the greatest bits you'll ever see. The #1 most viewed video on Twitter today and on social media, produced by this man, ladies and gentlemen, the great.
Not that busy,
No,
man.
he is busy. He's very busy.
busy.
He actually carved out a little time for us to be in here. Frank Calinedo. Hello.
What was that? Hello.
Let me lead into you like this.
Luis Obispo, California. Hello.
Hello.
So congratulations for taking the I Wonder What's Inside Your Butthole off the top trending list.
Exactly.
Frank.
Now, are you going to do a recreation? And now, can you do the little girl who sang that song, I Wonder What's Inside Your Butthole?
I think maybe that's a John Gruden, right? I wonder what's inside your butthole. What's inside your butthole? Where did I get this ukulele?
See, everybody knows that's one of those songs and one of those videos that everybody has seen some way, somehow. And then the remix of it, whoever did that was genius.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I don't know how I came across it. I think I got mad. I saw it, like it had how many views it had. And this was pretty early on. It had like 4 million views. And I go, what is this? And I open it up and I'm like, what is this?
I could see that little girl's father looking at her while she's doing that, like Adam Gase eyes.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Which would be a great song, right? He's got Adam Gase eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Frank, it's brilliant. I mean, how long? I'll play a little bit of this before we get to break. Oh, here we go. Maybe there's astronauts. Your butthole. Your butthole. Come on, Frank, sing.
This is the remix. It's catchy.
What's inside
The
your butthole?
remix is better.
Yeah, the remix,
Yeah.
that's really good work, whoever did that.
See, he had a little bass track. Oh, man. That's not a ukulele, by the way. That's a full-size young person guitar there, right, Robin?
Yeah.
That's not a
No,
ukulele.
that is a small guitar.
It's a small little
It's
classical
like a little,
guitar.
probably little play. Or
With the
it's either
nylon strings.
It's not a ukulele, I don't think, but
No,
but
classical.
it's a children's guitar.
It's a children's guitar.
No, but she's not really playing it. She has no talent, that kid.
What are you talking about? How many views is that video up to now?
No. Frank's overtaken her because it's
know.
only at 1.9 million and he's at 2 something.
Yeah, but all this little girl did, it took her probably 10 minutes to sit there and do the dumb song, and her parents filmed it. Frank, how many hours did you spend putting together your NFL coaching draft thing? I mean, wardrobe changes, takes. How long did that take you to do that?
I'm actually laying on top of some of them right now, and it was. You're not going to believe this, and this is why I can't believe it's blown up the way it has. I did that faster than I do most of my voiceovers. It was probably in about 2 hours.
Wow.
I just sat down, started going through it. For some reason, I have a John Gruden wig. It took me longer to. The one thing, and I probably can't even do it right now because I can only say certain things, was the Sean McVay. I spent the most time on Sean McVay because I don't. It's hard to do that voice. So I just kept listening to him and playing it back, and then trying to do it. And I finally got a take I liked, and it sounded pretty good. And some people like that as the best part. It's not to me. It doesn't have the full character like the Bruce Arians, and I tell you,
I love that.
Oh, you're Bruce
That
Arians.
is just so good.
Because Harry and I know Bruce because he coached
Yeah.
at Temple, and that is. And what was the
liquor?
the brown liquor that he was drinking? Because you weren't drinking
Crown
real.
Royal. That's what he drinks.
Oh, Crown Royal, and you had
Yeah.
the bottle of Crown in the back, but you weren't really drinking Crown Royal, were you?
No, because I don't drink, but I don't even have a tolerance at all because I've never even been drunk. So the fumes were giving me a headache and hangover. I can't take NyQuil. That's how pathetic I am.
Wow.
But it's one of those things. Like I would just have the glass up to my mouth. It's like, I'll tell you what, Dad, I'm gonna kick some ass right here. That's what it's all about.
And you had to put the beeps in too, so that took a little while, right?
Yeah, that's pretty quick. I did the whole thing on iMovie again on my phone. So
wow.
And I didn't even know what it was going to be. I just did all the little segments, and then I started placing them together and moving them around. I took a couple of things out, a couple of callbacks in it out. I was going to do some more Adam Gasons, but I was like, you know what? I'll leave it. I'll leave people wanting more. And there's a couple other things that I took out too that I wanted to work on a little bit more, but. It started out really slow, too. Slowly. It only had 4,000 views in the first 5 or 6 minutes. I'm like, oh, God, I went through these wardrobe changes. I look like an idiot. I do all these different shirts and stuff like that, and if it just fizzles out. Because the way Twitter works, people don't know. I have 400,000+ followers, right? When you do something, it doesn't go out to all those people.
Right.
It goes out to, like, a test group. And then if enough people like, retweet, and comment, it goes out to a bigger group, and then a bigger group and a bigger group. Well, this started going out to everybody because all the blue checkmark sports people started retweeting it, liking it, and commenting, and it just went everywhere. I mean, I've never had a tweet like this. I've had the Madden Summerall one I did with the Patrick Mahomes run right before the Super Bowl.
Yep.
That was from the playoffs. That had 40,000 likes. This had 40,000 likes in the first first probably 2 hours.
And you're talking about then, like blue check mark people like
you,
like me.
Like you, yeah.
I only have 60. I remember when you used to ask me to help you get followers, and now you have 400,000, and I'm stuck on 64,000.
Well, I'll help you because I gained 10,000 today already. I think.
Wow,
so,
beautiful, man.
I'm beautiful.
I lost about 1,000 after I tweeted something about Pennsylvania being shut down again last night.
Exactly. It's
I
an
angered
outrage.
a lot of people. But, Frank, is there a coach that you're working on, you're doing that you just didn't feel good enough about and you didn't make the cut on the video?
Yeah, there's a few, like Pete Carroll, because all I can do is chew the gum at this point. I didn't want to. Adam Gase was the easy one. Adam Gase was the I. And it was supposed to be him reading the schedule. So that's why I'm not really even looking up. It's just he's got those eyes that peer through things, that pierce and kind of stare. But that was the one gimmicky one. I was like, well, I don't want to do a bunch of gimmicky ones. So the next time I would go, I'll probably do something like this, but I've got to up it. So the next time we'll have some other ones in it as well. So I was trying to get a combination of things people see me do. The reason I started with Andy Reid is because I can shrivel, kind of shrink myself or put my shoulders up enough to give my neck even bigger, and I can look kind of pretty Andy Reid-ish. And then I put that one on first because I knew that would grab attention. Then I went to Gruden because I knew the Gruden was funny. And then I think I went to I might have gone to Belichick or somebody else next, but I kept moving them around because I'm like, well, I don't want two that are kind of similar next to each other, and so I kept playing around to try and figure out the combo, and I think I got a pretty good one.
Now, Frank, where did you get the ring?
The Super Bowl ring.
I need to get one of the for Tony, man. That is awesome.
Well, the giant ring is actually a ring when I was at Fox that David Hill and the Fox crew executives gave to everybody who was part of the Super Bowl award, the Super Bowl, it was a record at the time for however many viewers. It actually probably says on there. I could grab it. So I wear that one for Belichick, and I also wear it for Gruden. But there's another one that I wear for Belichick as well, so I have two. And then, 111 million viewers on Fox. And, so for that, I think that was...
So that's a real ring. That's not like you went into a stupid novelty store and found a big-ass ring that's fake that everybody would use, to pretend they're pimps. Like pimps would get for Halloween.
No, it's basically a paperweight, I think. But it's just so funny because it looks Super Bowl ring-ish and it's huge. So it just seems to work. It's even got my name on it. I didn't even realize that.
Wow.
Everybody must have got my name on it.
How much do you think you get for that if you put it on like eBay and tried to hawk that baby?
Nothing. Nothing. Oh, how do you spell Caliendo? Bradshhaw?
Caliendo. I know how to spell it, pal. How many other people came to the Comedy Light and Electric Light Club in Hermosa Beach to see you time and time again?
No, those were the days, man. So that's so long ago now. I can't believe that. Holy cow.
Now, the Gruden, obviously, everybody loves the Gruden. I mean, is that your number one? Now, if you like when you did comedy and I went out there, you did Jim Rome, you did all the great actors and folks that you did. And it's funny because you do Rome in SoCal and everybody knows Jim Rome, so, and they know him all over the country, but really, really, really worked. And then people would shout out names for you to do. Now, I know it bugged you for a while, though. Does that still bug you when people want you to do Madden and Summerall and all these other things?
I don't know. I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's the reactions I have to deal with on Twitter and stuff like that if I do it, because I don't really care. But although it does kind of knock me back, like when people in Hollywood see me doing Madden and Summerall, they're like, this guy can't come up with anything new. That's it. I don't care. For me, if it makes somebody happy and makes somebody laugh, doesn't matter at all. I might have told you this last time, though. I do Madden and Summerall on camera. People are like, that is so old. Get something new. I do it as a voiceover on a viral video. The nostalgia is incredible, Frank. It's like, whatever.
Now, your new one is Nance and Tony Romo now, right? You got a Nance Tony Romo thing that you do the play-by-play over.
Yeah, Nance is in and out, but the best part of Nance is that I seem to nail that people like the most is when he says, I got it from when he gets excited when somebody's going to the sideline or something. So it sounds like somebody's playing with the dials, the old school dials, like for volume and pitch, and he'll be like, to the sideline. So I always do that when he hands it to Tony, Jim Nance, along with my pal, Tony Romano. Tony! Oh, Jim, this is incredible and amazing. Jim, I just cashed my first check, and I never go to work again.
And people love this stuff. You do sports humor. You've been doing sports humor forever, and now that you're doing sports humor from your home in your own studio with your daughter helping, all of a sudden people are getting uppity? What kind of crap is that?
Oh, it's always like that. That's just the nature of it. I mean, I do sports humor because it's stuff I pay attention to just enough and I know about. I'm not trying to do that. I don't pick sports, especially football, but people know me from that, so that's what works the best. I do a Robert Downey Jr. that some people are like, oh, you sound exactly like him. Do me a favor, enjoy me. But it doesn't go anywhere. And it's weird. You see so many people who do these impressions on. The thing that bothers me the most, and people probably say, oh, you're old or jealous or whatever, envious. But they've got these impression apps now that make people look like the people, so you don't even have to make the face. It just CGIs your face into it. And people are doing okay impressions, and they just look exactly like the person, and they have no material, and you're going, God, you're just watering this down and making it harder for somebody because there are some really great impressionists out there.
So you mean this is like the equivalent of auto-tuning impressionists?
Yeah, oh yeah, totally. Because, sometimes if you have a visual that looks some people are very visual. And me with my fat face, people will look at me and go, you sound nothing like them. And then I'm like, well, I actually just dubbed in their actual audio with my face, and you're just looking at me. Close your eyes and listen. Oh, yeah, you do kind of sound like them. Well, that's because I just ripped the audio. You're a moron. So... How do you like angry, Frank? I just go at it.
I like
angry, Frank.
I like to get you angry because that's my favorite Frank. Well, actually, no. Hebrew National's my favorite Frank because it's all meat and we're keto right now, Frank.
How'd you like working with Connor Moore?
He does a great job. Yeah, he's very interesting. He's Irish. He's from Ireland.
Yeah.
And he actually talks like that a lot. So he's really good. I don't know a ton about golf, but Matthew McConaughey was really good and very nice. We just sat down and went back and forth, and it was funny because they wanted to do a script, and I'm like, I'm not doing anybody's script. He asked me to do the show. I was like, I'll do the show, but I'm not doing anybody's script because I'm not going to let somebody write a script for me and they think those are my jokes. Mm-hmm. I'm just going to do my thing, and if they don't like it, don't use it or edit everything they don't like out. We talk for 20 minutes and they edit it down to 3 minutes or something like that. If you can't find something in 20 minutes of me talking, doing impressions that'll work, well, then you shouldn't have me as a guest. But I mean, I even told him when I did the little bit with him, I was like, here's the thing. I'll take the whole brunt of it. Because he was like, yeah, they got a script. And I go, just tell them I'm a jerk and I won't do the script. Just tell them that. I go, it's your show. I'm going to have fun on your show as a guest. I'm not going to do a sketch where people think my material is something, some producer who's never done comedy before. So I was like, I have no problem being a jerk in that situation. I've done it too many times in the past where I've gone on a show and they're like, try this. And I'm like, oh, great idea. I do it to Tom. They're like, yeah, you were awful out there. It was your stuff.
The promo's funny as hell, though, where he's trying to do Morgan Freeman.
Oh, yeah. And that was actually after the fact. We finished it up and we were messing around, and they texted me and said, hey, can we use this? I was like, absolutely, whatever you want, whatever is funny and best or good for Connor. He's been super nice to me and stuff. So, yeah.
Exactly. Now, Frank, the thing about sports humor, everybody can try it, but one thing that's going on out there, I don't even remember what I was going to just ask you now. That's how discombobulated I am. Seriously, I just lost my train.
Border Bill 62
I know
Twitch.
what I was going to say.
Okay.
The one guy that everybody's doing now, and I think maybe is the easiest to do, is Donald Trump. There's like 50,000 comedians out there doing Donald, and I guess it's because it's easy, right?
I think so. People have, that's been unlocked. So once people see you do, that's why I don't do much of it anymore. I'm like, well, be one of the 50,000 Trumps out there saying that was tremendous, that was very, very good, nice job. You can do the high Trump, that was fantastic. You can do the middle Trump. There's a very, very, you can do this Trump. But it's sort of, there's so many you just get caught in every once in a while. And that's the thing. Like, some really good Trump will come around, and everybody like, they're coming for your job, Frank. Okay, good. Come for my job. What's my job? Because I don't know. I don't even know how much I do Donald Trump. But anytime somebody comes along and does impressions, they're like, Frank Calinedo, better look out. I'm like, what does that mean? I'm looking out. People are coming to get me.
Well, one of the jobs that you had, Border Bill 62 on Twitch says, Calinedo was great on the Hard Knock segment with Gruden.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
That was a ton of fun. They called me that day, and that was only 2 hours before I went in there. They actually edited that very well because I went to sing, and I can't really sing. And I was Hunter Renfro had sung "Lean on Me," and I was trying to do that, and I thought I was going to sing it like really, really well, but I got so nervous, and then I got like I froze for a second. Like that's never happened to me, where I just didn't know what I was going to say. But as soon as I got into it, everybody started laughing. But I was also confused because I'd gone to talk to the Raiders when they were in town in Arizona the year before during the season. And I just walked into the room, walked right onto the stage or whatever, and started talking. This time I had to go through the whole sea of massive humans and stuff like that. I didn't even know where Gruden was. He was sitting right in front of me. That's how discombobulated it was.
Now, unlike
I'm like, where's John? He goes, right here, man. I'm like, holy crap.
Now, unlike John Madden, who over the years didn't like it when you did him, and I think they finally got over that. Gruden doesn't have a problem with you doing John Gruden, does he?
No, I think because John's seen that. It humanizes him. He was known so much for the Chucky thing, and just the quick temper and stuff like that, and just looking like he was going to be part of your nightmares. And I think what most of these guys worry about is that it's going to hurt their bottom line, that it's going to hurt them doing commercials. And what it ends up doing, if you do it well, they end up getting more commercials because people start to write the commercials based on the impression and ask you to do the impression of yourself. I got one of my favorite texts I ever got from Gruden was, "Hey man, I just got done shooting a commercial where they asked me to do an impersonation of you." And I was like, "What the heck?" And I figured it out. It's the one where he's talking to the tire, because I was too scared to ask him. But I ended up, a couple of months ago going to Aerosmith with him. I hung out with him and Jeff Leonardo, his right-hand man, and his wife Cindy, and we're all just watching Aerosmith, and Gruden grabs his phone. He's like, he presses the button. He's like, "I'll tell you what, man, I'm here at the Aerosmith concert getting ready for some rock and roll. My good friend John Gruden. Turner puts the phone over and he goes, how's it going, Johnny? And he kept calling me Johnny. Like in Gruden's head, he calls himself Johnny. Like, are we going to call Johnny? Here we go, Johnny.
Knock on wood if you're with me.
Hey, knock on wood if you're with me.
Knock on wood if you're with me. All right?
How many times did you knock on wood when you were there, though? When you hear that? Knock on wood if you're with me.
Knock on wood if you're with me. All right?
All right, man. I thought about doing that the entire time. Hey, let's knock on aluminum. Let's knock on anything we can. Knock on silicone if you got it, man.
John, I know you're killed, John.
Now
Frank,
you're doing it.
Frank,
There you go.
Frank.
That's okay, Bruni. No problem, Bruni.
Hey, it's Friday. It's another week.
Yeah.
Although, do you know what day it is anymore like the rest of us? Do you realize it's the weekend?
A lot of times I don't even know the month. I'm at that point where I don't know the day of the week. I don't know. I do believe it's April. It's May. So I got that wrong. I'm totally no idea. Yeah, I'm just kind of lost. I just know that the only way I could tell is my son and daughter. My son has tests on Sundays. His tests are due on Sunday night at like 11:59 p.m. So that's the only thing that really keeps me going in terms of knowledge on the calendar where we're at, because it's almost as elusive as these words that are not kind of feel like it. I feel like I'm in the middle of a Joe Biden press conference.
Oh, now you're going to get ripped. People are going to say, hey, what's up with the political shots? What's up with the political humor now?
Both ways. It goes both sides. You can make fun of either guy.
Exactly.
Make fun of them both. I'd love to make fun of them both. I'm making fun of the other guy right now. I just lost half the audience and gained them back. You're tremendous people.
Tremendous. Great. Phenomenal. Epic. And you are racked once again, to quote our great friend Jim Rome. Frank.
Incredible. By the way, Tony.
Yes.
Tony Bruni, great segment until Calinedo got in trouble with half the audience, and some would say 63%. That's ridiculous.
You're out, Jim. And you're out, Frank.
Oh.
You're out. Frank, great to talk to you, man. Keep doing the great stuff you're doing online. You're keeping people entertained, my friend.
Thank you, guys.
Frank Caliendo.